Are you ready for more of section 2? According to all the photos that you guys have been posting in the Cristin Creates group on Facebook, you're definitely ready for more. Hey everyone, Cristin Som here, and we are continuing with our Jingle All the Way quilt. So today's going to be an easy day. We have so much done already. So we have all of section 1 complete, and we have those Lemoyne stars. You guys did such a great job on these. Oh my goodness, I loved seeing them. And then we have our extra 9 patch block, our extra Jingle All the Way block, and we have those peppermint twist blocks that we just did. You guys did amazing with these. I absolutely love seeing them. So fun stuff here. We've got lots done, so let's continue on. So today is going to be easy. We're going to work on the candy cane blocks, candy canes. So we do need 2 of them, and I'm going to bring you over to the computer in a bit and show you how to group them together if you choose. You can actually fit 2 of them in a 6x10 hoop. So you should be able to do this together in one hooping, but you always have the option of doing them separately if you prefer. And we only need 1 of them right now. So if you only have time for one, that's fine. Do the other one later or get them both done and post photos in the Cristin Creates group. So grab your packet if you made packets. Nice easy one. You can tell when it's a thin little packet, it's going to be an easy day. So on my book, mine is the oldest of the books. Mine is, the candy cane blocks are on page 5. So wherever they are on your book, but you may not need that because I'm going to give you all the information anyway. So look at how easy this is, like super easy day. All right, so we're going to start. These are going to be identical, by the way, or at least they're supposed to be. Those of you that are doing your own fabric kit, you can make them however you want. But for the directions in the book, they're 2 identical blocks. All right, so we're going to start with our main fabric. It is this green swirl fabric, and there isn't a substitution. So you should have received this from our sponsor if you ordered the fabric kit from our sponsor rather than from ages ago, years and years ago. So on this one, we're going to start with this at 6.5 by 6.5. All right, 6.5 by 6.5 for your main fabric. Always back your main fabric with fusible stabilizer. All right, make sure to do that so you don't get puckering. So we will need 2 of these since we're doing 2 blocks. All right, 6.5 by 6.5, 1 for each of the candy cane blocks, 2 total. All right, and then for our 1 applique piece, how easy is this going to be? So this is the white with snowflakes on it fabric, white on white tone fabric, and we're going to start with this one at 4x4, and we do need 2 of them, 1 for each of the candy cane blocks. And like I said, it's the snowflake fabric. Now keep in mind that this white fabric is going to be on the screen, so I do suggest backing this with fusible stabilizer. This is your applique piece, so it's up to you, but I would recommend it just to make sure your candy cane doesn't come out quite the wrong color. All right, so 4x4, 1 for each of the 2 candy cane blocks. And then we have our batting. So our final cut size on this is 4.5 by 4.5. So that means we want our batting to be 5 by 5. All right, 2 pieces, 1 for each of the candy cane blocks, batting at 5 by 5. All right. Now, there is a guide. If you bought the Jingle All the Way quilting bundle, in that bundle, there is a guide of what Kimberbell suggests for the quilting designs on each block. And you can go by that absolutely, or you can pick and choose, do different things, whatever works for you. So on this one, the official is to do Christmas 1, which is the one with all the gingerbread on it. I'm going to do Christmas 2, which is not in the Jingle All the Way fabric kit, or not fabric, sorry, the quilting kit, but we've used it a lot. We did it on Whisk, we did it on Ginger's Bench Pillow, so you may already have that one. So it is the one with the candy cane. So of course I want the candy cane quilting on this candy cane blocks, but again, totally up to you, whatever one you use. I'm using Christmas 2, it's the candy canes in a 4x4. So whatever quilting design you choose, make sure you're using a 4x4 quilting design, all right? And we will center that in the block with the quilting. I'm going to do 2 in 1 hooping. It's going to be really easy to do, and I'm going to walk you through step by step like I always do. Hey everyone, I'm at my computer now and I'm just going to very quickly show you how to join the two blocks together on one hooping if you choose. So I'm going to open up Embellishment Essentials. That is the embroidery software that I recommend. This would be a really good one for learning on if you wanted to jump in and give it a try. So please use my affiliate link if you purchase Embellishments and any of the Embellishments products, but Essentials is the one that I recommend and show you how to use. All right, so the first thing is you open it up and down here in the right hand corner, it'll tell you what hoop size you're on. So I'm on my 6x10 hoop. That is the hoop that I want. If you're not on the hoop that you want, come up here to this preferences folder and click on the hoop size you want and say okay. And then I clicked the wrong one. Preferences, 6x10, okay. And then come up to this compass button and click H for hoop. It zooms into the hoop so that you can see all of it. All right, and then we're going to start by bringing in the quilting design. So you can do it two ways. You can go to this merge stitch file and navigate to the folder that you have your files in, or if you have it somewhere handy close by, you can just grab that and open up the file that has the quilting designs. And like I said, I'm going to use Christmas 2. It is the candy cane file. So actually it's not on this one. Hold on just a second. Okay, so I went ahead and I put my Christmas 2 in my Jingle folder so that I have access to it throughout this project. So I'm just going to go ahead and click to the block by block. Pez is what I use for my machine, and then it will start to populate the designs in the folder. All right, so once the files have all shown, then you can go up to this view menu and make it larger if you want. I have it on extra large icon so I can see it all. And I want to look for the 4x4 design. So here's the 4x4 Christmas 2. You can see the candy cane, so cute. Actually, don't double click on that. I just double clicked on it by mistake because that's what you do if you do the merge stitch file. This way, you just grab it and drag it over to your desktop, over to your working file here. All right, so of this one, I'm going to open this up. If I click on this little plus sign, then it'll show me all the parts of that quilting file. So we have the placement and the tack down of the batting, the placement and the tack down of the main fabric, and then the quilting design. Since we have this default 1 blue and default 2 orange, we have those both twice. Those would join together when we do our color sort. And so we want to make sure to change those so that they do not join together. So I'm going to go ahead. You can just pick 2 of them. You can do all of them, whatever works for you. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and click on this 1, 3. And then down in this properties window, click the color tab and click on that color and then choose any color that's not already listed here. So I'm going to choose the first color that comes up for me, which is dark aqua, and say okay. And then 1, 4, and then down in this properties window, click that color and I'm going to change it to blaze so that it's not that default 2 orange anymore. And then those two are different. All right, so we have default 1 blue, default 2 orange, and then I have dark aqua and blaze, and then turquoise for the quilting design. Now, keep in mind that on the quilting design, these are both going to be on those green fabrics, so I'm just going to have them be the same. If you wanted them to be different, like say you have one that's on red fabric and one that's on green fabric, or you just wanted the quilting color to be different, then you would change it on the second one. All right, so I'm going to have it be the same on both. So I'm going to click outside so that nothing's selected because right now just this 1, 5 is selected. So click anywhere in here or in the objects window, it doesn't matter, just making sure that nothing is selected. And then I'm going to select the whole thing and do a copy and paste. So you can do that by clicking up here in this objects window up at the top to get all of them, or you can do it by clicking and dragging to make sure you've got all of the parts. Either way will work fine. All right, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to move it up. I'm going to bring it up to the top of the hoop. I'm using my upper arrow key on my keyboard to do that. Now, while it's all selected, make sure you've got all 5 parts. I'm going to say Control C to copy it, and then I'm going to say Control V like victory on my keyboard to paste it. So you can't tell that there's a second one because it's right on top of that first one, but you can tell in this objects window. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my down arrow key and I'm just going to bring it all the way down here to the bottom of the hoop so that I have room for my overlapping fabrics. All right, and then click outside so nothing is selected. Now see, we have those same colors from before because we did a copy and paste. So this is what I was saying. If you want a second color, if you want a different color on your quilting than that first one, you would click on 2-5 and change the color so that those won't join together. I want mine the same, so I'm all good. All right, so that is done for the quilting designs. Now we need to bring in the candy cane files, and I'm going to go ahead and do a color sort on all of it because it will just save on time. It'll be like doing one thing at instead of doing all of it twice. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to merge stitch file, and I'm going to navigate. Actually, I'm going to close this. I'm going to go over to my Jingle All the Way folder and open up the embroidery files, Pez, and we're looking for the candy cane file. So it looks like it's here, but it looks like it's this. But you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to this view menu and click extra large just so I can make sure that that's what I want it to be. All right, so there's the candy cane. I'm going to go ahead and just drag it over to my workspace. It goes to the center, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to use my arrow keys, and we don't have to get it just right because we are going to do an align and distribute to make sure. So this is our 4x4 candy cane Jingle All the Way in our 4x4 quilting design. Look at it, it's pretty close. That's pretty funny. It's going to use up the most of that quilting file. All right, so that one is all done. Now I'm going to click outside so nothing is selected. We have cyan, orange, and red, and we don't have, let's see, Wilcom. It's Wilcom 9 orange, different than the default 2 orange. So we shouldn't need to do any changes of the colors because those aren't already in our quilting design. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click on just that design. I want just the candy cane. You can click on the candy cane, or you can click over here on this number 3 design. Either way, I'm going to say Control C to copy that, and then I'm going to say Control V like victory to paste it. It'll go on top of that first one, and I'm just going to use my arrow keys to bring it down. Now remember, we don't have to line this up just right because I'm going to show you how to align it and know that it is just right. All right, you just want to get it pretty close. So if you don't get it close, it will move both the quilting design and the embroidery design, and I like where I have them centered, so I'm going to go ahead and not do it that way. So now I'm going to close up these folders, or these designs, I should say. So I'm just clicking this minus button to close them up so I can see them all at once. And I'm going to click on number 1. That's the first quilting design. I'm going to use my finger to hold down the control button on my keyboard while I click on number 3 so that I can select both items. All right, and then I'm going to go up here to Utility, Align and Distribute, and I'm going to say Center, Center, and then watch the candy cane and we'll see if it moves at all. Click Apply, and it didn't. So we had it lined up pretty close to exactly because it really didn't move. All right, now click outside so nothing is selected. Click on number 2 design, which is that second quilting design. Hold down that control button and click on number 4 so that we have both of those selected. And again, Utility, Align and Distribute, Center, Center. And if we're off at all, we'll see this candy cane move. Say Apply, and it moved up just a tiny bit. All right, and then close. And then click outside so nothing is selected. So now we know that they are centered within the quilting design. Everything is right. We've got our colors right. Right now we have 16 color steps. You can see it down here in the right-hand corner. So I'm going to go ahead and do a color sort, and we should be able to get it down by about half. So let's go to Utility, Color Sort. Now, when you do this, make sure that you've got the same settings that I have. Tolerances at 0, and none of these are checked. If you want the same outcome that I'm getting, then you want to have the same settings. All right, so now it says the design page has been reduced by 8 color changes. So click New View. Very, very, very important. Always click New View. It will open another tab. I'm going to say New View, and it opens another tab. Mine is titled differently because I had a different item on here, but normally it'll say Untitled 1. All right, so now Untitled 2 is our new tab, and I'm going to just notice, so in this first one, we've got 4 designs. In the second, the new tab, it's all down to 1 design. So I'm just going to quickly look at these and make sure it did what I want it to do. So there is our placement for our batting, our tack down for our batting, our placement for our main fabric, our tack down for our main fabric, and see how these are all joined together, so that's perfect. And then our 2 quilting designs. And then we have the placement for our candy cane fabric and our, is that right? Let me think. Yep, that's right. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. And then our tack down of our candy cane fabric, and then our candy cane detail. All right, so that worked out exactly perfectly. It was super easy to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do a file, save stitch file as. Make sure it's an as. If you do just save it, then it's going to save over the first thing that you brought in. So always do a save as. All right, save as. And then I'm going to go ahead and navigate to my desktop because I have it on my desktop. Let's see. To Jingle All the Way, and then to the embroidery files. And that wasn't, oh, because I'm on VP3. Hold on. Pez. There we go. So there's all of our embroidery design. So I'm going to name this. I'm going to say Candy Canes ×2 and say save. And that is done. Now, if you have a machine that has Wi-Fi and it's turned on, mine's not turned on right now, so it won't work for me. But if it's turned on and it's a Wi-Fi machine, you can go to Utility, Send to Solaris XP1, and it will send it to your machine. If not, you would save it to a USB drive and bring it over to your machine. That's super easy to do. And in fact, I have a tutorial just on how to do that, like super easy. All right, so let's go ahead and get stitching. My shirt today, this is an Amazon shirt. I like the shirt. I have it in like pretty much every color, I think. So it is a good shirt, and in fact I'll add a link up above this for my Amazon storefront so that you can see the different shirts that I recommend and sweaters, since we're coming up on winter soon. So this design, isn't this a fun one? Quilting with Friends will keep you in stitches. This is from Designs by Juju. It came in a pack of, I don't know, 6 or so quilting designs, not quilting but about quilting. The topic was quilting, and it's a cute bundle. So I will add a link underneath this video. If you look under the video in the video description, in all those notes, I always share at the bottom what design that I purchased for my shirt, where I got the shirt, information, various information on extra things about this project. So I'll include all of that under this video. And how are you doing with your goal? Oh my gosh, from what I'm seeing, so people are posting in our Cristin Creates group on Facebook, they post the pictures of the project that they completed, as far as like when we did the peppermint blocks, they're all posting their peppermint twist blocks. And then they're including what they're doing with their goal, and everybody is just jamming on it. Oh my gosh, a bunch of people, their goal is to stay up on this project, and everyone seems to be doing that. There's so many pictures on Facebook of completed blocks. But then also there's other goals like exercise or eating healthy, or working on projects. A lot of us are working on projects in between these blocks, and I haven't done very good at that. I've been organizing computer files in my downtime because my hard drive failed a while ago, and so I'm finally getting that all fixed. But I am planning on more projects in between, so that this is at a nice comfortable pace. That's what helps keep me at a comfortable pace. So I bought this shirt or sweater, it's a sweater, thin sweater, at Walmart last year. And so that's my next thing, is I'm going to put something on here. I haven't decided what yet, but I think that this will be really perfect for fall and winter. It's a nice thin sweater. And I found it at Walmart. So I'm going to put something on it. That's part of my goal, is to work on things in between. And I've got a dresser full of clothes that have been waiting to be embroidered on. So I'm going to do that. And I have some things for my grandkids that I want to make. And so I'm definitely working on things in between and trying to make time to do that. I need to do a little bit better about that. But the other part of my goal is exercise. So I told you I joined this gym challenge, which I'm not a gym gal really, but I'm working on it. And so I've done so many things lately. Oh my gosh, boot camp class, a step aerobics class, which I bombed out. I think I told you about that one already. And I met with a trainer, and he showed me how to use all of the different machines. So last night, my husband and I went and we did arms one. So that was a really good workout, and I feel really good about it. I also we did a mountain bike ride. I'll add photos of all of these various activities, but I did a mountain bike ride with my husband, which I am so fearful of the mountain bikes. Like it scares me so much, but I did better this time at least. And I don't like the tight corners when you're coming around down the mountain and there's these tight corners, and I just yell out, "Oh God, oh God, oh God." I get really scared. But we did that, and it was really fun, and it was a good workout. And all these activities, we're wearing this heart rate monitor for the gym challenge. And so we're working hard at getting points from all of our activities. And it's based on your heart rate and all of that, and the different zones and so forth. So anyway, we did that. I went on this hike that, oh boy, that kicked my bum. It was like 5 miles and about 1,200 feet of climbing, but it's basically, I found this one part of this trail that just, it's straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. And I did that. It's 4 parts of up and down, and I did it 3 times. I did it 3 times. So 3 loops totaled about 1,200 feet of climbing. And it literally is just, you're climbing way high up and then way far down. And on the down parts, when it was safe, because there were parts that it was too steep and not safe, but when it was safe, I jogged it. And so I tried to keep my heart rate up the whole time. And it was intense, like really, really, really hard, and a really good workout. And oh my gosh, my whole body just hurt so much the next day. And I did that same hike yesterday, and I didn't run it, and I took it easy because I was trying to kind of recover. And it was so funny. Like I didn't even get into so red zone is your highest heart rate, and lower than that is yellow. I didn't even get into yellow or red. I stayed in blue and green the whole time, even some gray, which you don't get points for. So it was funny that the same workout, it was all based on intensity, right? So I really worked it hard the one day, and then yesterday I took it easy. And so I'm definitely working it. I'm doing all of the things, lots of weightlifting and treadmill and the bike ride and lots of hikes. I'm trying to get outside as much as possible because it's gorgeous out right now. It's so beautiful. And you know, Idaho, it's not going to be beautiful for long. So I'm trying to make sure to enjoy that even though I'm doing this gym challenge. So I'm fitting all the things in. So, and still keeping our quilt at a comfortable pace. So I'm working it hard. So how are you doing with your goal? I love to hear about it.